Hello, and welcome to this brief tutorial about navigating the SWS online tool. My name is Kelly Cutchin, and I'll be taking about 10 minutes of your time. If you're involved in weatherization, the SWS are the go-to standards for consistent work quality. So even if you have a field guide, you may occasionally need to look up a specific SWS. When you do, knowing how this tool is organized and what the numbering system means will help you quickly and easily find what you're looking for. So let's start with the organization of the SWS numbering system, which we can find a tutorial for here on the intro page, which is section 1. Now, when you see these numbers associated with the SWS, they may seem meaningless, but there is a method to this madness. This first digit before the first decimal point or period indicates the section. This detail that we're looking at here is from section 3, which is air sealing. There are 7 sections in all, which we'll review in a moment. The next 2 digits you see indicate the topic. So section 3, topic 10, or really 10, because we started with 10, 11, 12. The following 2 numbers, 01 in this case, indicate subtopics. So we have section, topic, subtopic. In this case, 01, this is the first subtopic in this topic of attics. Now, after the last decimal point or period, this final digit, or sometimes it might be 2 digits depending how long the list is, indicates the detail. So this one, 3, is the third detail within this subtopic. Now, let's review those 7 sections. This is section 1, which we're in, and they're also listed right here on the left navigation bar once you're into the tool at all. We have section 1, using the standard work specifications, kind of an intro to the tool, gives you a little background. Section 2 is health and safety, section 3, air sealing, section 4, insulation, section 5, heating and cooling, section 6, ventilation, and section 7, base load. So these ones, the technical ones which have to do with actually installing measures in the homes as opposed to this intro area, are also listed along the top with tabs. So you can see from the tab, you can get all the way to the topic, attics, and the subtopic if we want to go that way. Then we see a list of all the details within that subtopic. Personally, of all the different ways that we can navigate around the page, I find using the left nav bar here the quickest way to get where I need to be in most cases. By expanding menus, you can get right down to the subtopic level before you have to click through on anything. And then you can delve a little deeper, as we see in this example. So let's use an example. Say a question has come up around working safely in crawl spaces. Using the left nav bar, I'm going to look in health and safety. We're talking about working there, so I'll go to safe work practices. Lo and behold, I can get all the way to the subtopic, basements and crawl spaces, before clicking through. Once clicking through, I see a little more information about each of the details within this subtopic. So I'm going to guess, since this one talks about completing the work safely, this might be where I can find my answers about it. So I'll click to that detail. Once I get here, this is pretty scant. It references another SWS. But from here, notice there's a button in the bottom, and I can easily scroll through all of the different details within this subtopic. This one's talking about pre-work qualifications in crawl spaces to do with fuel leaks, electric hazards, and so on. And we can scroll through to see if we can find what we're looking for. Let's try another one just to practice navigation. Let's say you have a question about insulating attics. So you're going to go to section 4, insulation. first topic right away is attics, and we see all our subtopics. So this can help you hone in on where you might find your answer. Say the question you have particularly has to do with attic hatches, so that would fall under attic openings. You click, and then you see a list of the details. We have pull-down stairs, attic access doors and hatches, and even the openings made with those big whole house fans. So if you had attic hatches, you could click here, and this is probably going to have all the answers that you need in terms of insulating. Now, let's say you get here, and your question isn't answered. You might look in air sealing, attics, penetrations and chases would probably be where you would look. And here you'll find answers to ceiling penetrations and chases. Air sealing around them, that is. Okay, let's try another one. Say you have a question about insulating water heater tanks. I think probably the first instinct would be to go to insulation, but you see right here that the topics listed don't have anything to do with water heating. So where would you look next? If you said base load, you were right. Water heating is typically included in the base load measures, and here you can drill down to the subtopic level. You might think water use reduction because hotter water would use less. There's nothing in here about insulating them. Installation and replacement might not apply if you're dealing with a home energy upgrade or weatherization situation where you're going to leave the existing one. So let's look in maintenance and inspection of water heaters. Now we see within this topic that it is, within this subtopic, the details are divided by water heater type. So if you're looking about insulating a water heater, it's probably a storage type appliance. You get to this detail, 781031, and yes, 781031C deals with thermal efficiency, which talks about insulating the water heaters and the piping. So it takes a while to get familiar with the tool, but once you practice looking around for things, you really can find the specific details you're looking for in a jiffy. And if you ever need a refresher on the logic behind the numbering, just remember you can go to this homepage, sws.nrel.gov, click on the intro, and get a nice overview of the hows and the whys. Once you get more comfortable with navigating through the tool and you want to see what else you can do with it, for example, making list of favorites, generating inspection checklists, and even more, again on the home page, you can check out this how-to video. It's 1 hour long, but it goes into a lot more of the ways you can use this tool in your everyday program. That's all. Thank you so much for your attention, and I hope this helped.